What's up, everybody? Smoove Cosplay here, your favorite salsa dancing cosplayer. And y'all, I got a special treat for y'all. I have with me the one, the only hip-hop trooper. How you doing today, man?
I'm doing as well as I can do, man.
Understood, man. Hey, I know how it is right now with all this craziness. Y'all, I plan on dropping this month in April, but just in case some craziness happens and I don't drop this for a while, this happened in the middle of Corona, or as Rona, as some people have called it, Rona. See, COVID-19, whatever the code name for it is. So if any craziness happens, this was filmed during that, y'all. So, my man, I'm gonna start this off with the same question I asked everybody else. When did you fall in love with cosplay?
You know what, man? My answer is probably different than what you're going to expect, because I remember back in England, I mean, we're talking about, I left England officially in 2006.
Okay.
I'm talking about early 2000s. Right. I was going out on random nights in like toilet suits and wrestling bouts, hockey masks. I mean, I was doing my own, just random, my own thing, like wigs, straight jackets, just random, just going out. Because to me, I got bored, started getting into costumes and just wearing them, just with no reason, no event, nothing, just showing up to play.
You felt like it,
just to like it. And then 2006, I moved to the States. I'm living in Atlanta, and I remember yeah, man. I was living over Martin Luther King Boulevard.
Okay.
Yeah, I was living over there. It was rough. And I bought a Stormtrooper helmet. And I remember buying it, and I was just doing city videos and stuff. But I was rocking the chain. I had the helmet on, and I didn't even know about Star Wars community. I didn't know what cosplay meant. I never heard of the word. Never heard of it. And then I started hitting Dragon Cons and such, and I started seeing there's a lot of people dressing up, doing stuff, and there's all these annual events throughout the year, people dressing up, doing stuff. And I was like this. And then I learned about the word cosplay. I didn't know what it meant. And even to this day, I don't really know what it means. I've been dressing up for years.
Right.
And it's funny because, I do a bunch of Dwayne Johnson stuff, and then I do all my Star Wars stuff, but everybody only sees the hip-hop troopers, because hip-hop troopers is a reflection of me. I had a discussion not too long ago on another podcast where I don't even consider hip-hop trooper cosplay.
Really?
Because one, it's a character that I created and it's me, so I can't dress up as me. You know what I mean? And now there's a lot of people all over the world dressing up as me and calling it cosplay. I respect that. I'm honored. I'm humbled by that. But when I dress up in any other costume, if it's called cosplay, cool. If that's the word, rice is rice. You know what I mean? Whether it's brown rice, whether it's white rice, basmati rice, it's rice, right?
It's rice.
You just go with it, right? But when I'm Hip Hop Trooper, man, it's kind of like when Clark Kent puts on the Superman suit. Is he cosplaying as Superman? Okay. You see what I'm saying? That's how I am when it comes to the hip hop trooper, because I've been doing it. It's 10 years now. This year is the 10-year anniversary of Hip Hop Trooper.
Wow. Okay.
It's always been a thing, another side of me. So when I suit up, I don't even feel like I'm putting on a costume, so to speak. I don't even feel like I'm putting on armor. I don't even feel like I'm a stormtrooper. Like I'm beyond that. Like I'm the hip hop trooper, and then people remind me, "Oh wait, you're a stormtrooper," and I go, "Wait a minute, oh yeah, I'm a stormtrooper," because I've done it for so long, and it's me to the point where it's not a separate entity. It's all one thing. You know what I mean?
Wow. So hip hop trooper is really everything that's on the inside of you put on the outside.
Exactly.
Wow.
I remember being 9 years old. True story, and I wish they're probably buried somewhere in some garden on the other side of the earth. used to collect Lando Calrissian figures, snap their heads off, and glue them on stormtrooper heads. Black stormtroopers.
Yes.
When I was a kid, I was doing that. You know what I mean? So I would get in trouble because my dad would buy me these figures, and I would dismantle them, literally out the box, pop the head off. What are you doing? Watch this. Glue the head on. So it's funny. So even at that age, man, I already had ideas of what I considered a stormtrooper. You know, what I thought was fly, what I thought was fresh. Yeah, man. So it's funny, and like obviously this cosplay world, I think it's changed slightly over the years.
Yeah.
I feel and someone who's traveled a lot, like myself, and did a lot of conventions, there's a big divide in fandom. In the cosplay world, you've got your fandom, you've got, I call it like extremists, attention extremists, people that will put together a dope costume, go out, have a good time, go home, call it a day. There's people that will do that and go home and get disappointed that they didn't get enough photos. Or you get people that have a videographer with them at all times. Like they want to feel like, you know, you're going to dress as Wonder Woman, but you're not Wonder Woman, but you feel like you're Wonder Woman. You feel like people want to call you Wonder Woman. And you feel like you're better than Wonder Woman. You think you're better than the idea that gave you to do this. Yeah. And I feel there's an ego thing now. You know, everybody wants to be internet stars. Everybody wants to get noticed.
Yeah.
I can always tell on my social media when I go out with people, and 99% of my photos I find online, whether it's through post or I just Google myself. Yeah. And you can normally tell people that are in it for the fandom and the fun and the element, and people that are in it for themselves. When you go to the cosplayers page, and all you see is pictures of them, they're in it for themselves. If you go to the page like yours, and you see pictures of groups of people and friends and different people in different places, every picture is perfect with perfect lighting and umbrellas and shit, and lights everywhere. You know what I mean? It goes to show this person's just having a good time, you know? Yeah. So I feel now there's a lot of, you know, I remember going to Dragon Con back in the day, and it was just wild, man. And then going to other conventions and just seeing a bunch of people standing around just taking photos. They're not. It's like social distancing at its finest. You know what I mean? I'm like, these are not even having fun. Or that people just want to stand there and like, yo, let's go to the. Nah, man, I'm just gonna stand on this corner and for 5 hours and everybody takes my photo. Right. Cool. That's what you're into. That's cool. Yeah. But me doing this for 10 years, if I was an attention whore, I would not continue to do this, and it wouldn't be fun for me. Yeah. Fun. You know, what's fun for me is like going to these shows, seeing people like yourself, and reconnecting fandom, and seeing the costumes, and seeing the energy. That's what's fun to me. Like if no one takes a photo with me, no, I don't care. You know what I mean? I'm having a good time. You know, I live for the moment. It's all about the moment. Yeah.
I feel, you know, it's funny you say that. Like I filmed a video, and I've been debating whether or not I want to redo it or not, because I wasn't quite happy with how I did it. But it was talking about the same thing you just said, like, you know, the whole attention thing. You know, people will, you know, there's people say this derogatory statement, oh, that person is just doing it for the attention, blah blah blah. And you know, I'm like, attention is a bigger thing in cosplay than people want to admit that it is. Like, we all love getting our picture taken, but it matters more to some people than others. Like, do I love getting my picture taken? Heck yeah. Do I love getting stopped? Okay, sometimes I don't, because you can't get it where you're going. But you know, it's a little bit of validation in it. But at the same time, I'm like, you know I like what I did. So if nobody takes my picture, because I got a few obscure cosplays, or I got a character who's popular, but I'm doing the unpopular version of their costume, and nobody knows what the heck it is. I know going into the con that I might not get a picture, but I'm cool with it because I like what I did. You know what I mean? But like you say, you know, there are people who the attention matters to, but you know, I'm like, just be real with yourself about it. Some people act like they don't do it for the attention, but then get mad when this other person get more than them. You know? Yeah. So I may just based off of what you just said, I may I may redo it or I may just post it anyway. I don't know. I'll figure it out. But yeah, it's just funny that you touched on that. That is a thing I've had stewing in my head for a while now.
Yeah, like some of the shows I do, I don't know if you've seen the photos, but I have a huge backdrop and I bring boom boxes and I set them up. I like to do this whole interaction thing. So when I have my table, invite it to cons, and for me, I try to create an experience.
Yeah.
We sit down at a table, you know, I have pins and prints and some cool stuff people can buy if they want, but they don't have to buy it. You know what I mean? I have on the floor, I do really well. They buy it, they can buy it in person, cool. If not, so be it. They want to take pictures with me, let's go. I have a backdrop, we stand behind the backdrop. And I've had many incidents. I'm not going to say no names because there's enough negativity in this world. I'm not here to say it. And there's been girls that have literally got mad and moved their table because I'm getting too much attention. And there's been girls that has complained about everything from the music to the crowds of people and saying now I'm taking money away from them. I'm taking attention away from them. And I'm like, why don't you just join in the fun?
Right. Everybody
eats. You know what I mean? You're desperate to make money. Join in the fun, show your personality if you have one. And then I'm like, that's how you make you want to sell your prints, make your prints come to life. Because I don't see a print on your table of you sitting on a chair with a frown on your face. Right. So if you want to sell these prints, make them come to life. Be that person on the prints. Be that person to the people. So when they take it home, it reminds them how cool you are. You know.
Yeah. They can take advantage of the people that you're attracting there, as opposed to just being like, look at him over here getting all this attention. I'm over here not selling nothing. And
I'm like, come on, man. I mean, and so that became a problem, especially in LA. That became a problem in LA more than any. People would always be like, "Oh, hip-hop troopers over there. Well, I'm going to move down here. I'm going to move over there." And I always make it a habit when I'm setting up my shit. I go around and I speak to everybody around me. I say, "Hey, welcome. Let's have fun. Let's fly. We're here all weekend. Let's do this." And that was something in LA that actually stopped me from going to all LA shows. I was just like, this energy of attention is just too much, man. And I get it, but it's organic with me. I don't look for it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I have music. People like music. I have high energy, and just from being myself. And that really, the ugly side of the cosplay world, I saw that a lot. That's why I always loved DragonCon so much, because you got people in $2 costumes mingling with people in $2,000 costumes.
Yeah.
And that doing it all day and all night, you know what I mean? Where, I always loved that energy, and that's why it still is deep down, but I had issues recently with DragonCon, so
I was about to ask you that,
yeah, so it's not quite my favorite anymore, but yet it gives me more reason to go there, to see my friends, to see everybody that I've seen come up, and from day one. So, just doing that is just worth the admission in itself.
Hey man, this is my first con, but also this always be my favorite. Just the whole of all the other cons I've been to since then, like the energy is just unmatched. Like you said, just the whole gamut. I forget how to pronounce that word, but just the whole spectrum of people. Like it's nothing like it. Like you'll never match it. That'll always be my favorite one. Like we might miss. Hopefully we don't. We might miss it this year, but if there's one I have to go to every year, it's that one.
Yeah. And it's crazy. So when I did my first one 10 years ago, there wasn't many black cosplayers. There was people that were intrigued, hanging out, like watching it, like, but nobody was really dressing up, and that's completely changed now. And I've literally witnessed on hand the change in the current. Like it's completely changed. You go to DragonCon now. Not only it feels like you're in Atlanta.
Yeah.
And then you got all these people of color, so to speak, cosplaying, where I never saw that before. And then people that did it were very awkward and very shy and almost ashamed of themselves for doing it. Now everyone's out in the open with it, and I love that, man. And just seeing that is just, and it's the whole, I remember watching anime way back in Akira and Fist of the North Star. That was my jam. And then the Street Fighter early animes that came out. I'm not up to speed with all the new stuff because I got too much stuff going on.
Yeah.
Everything. You know what I mean? It's like people will be like, "You haven't seen this? What?" And I'm like, "Yeah, but I've seen this, and this, and I've done this, and I've done this," and they go, "Oh, okay." You know what I mean? Like, I got 2 sets of eyes, 2 sets of ears, 2 sets of hands, 2 feet. Can't do everything, man. But I love seeing the rise of everything, man, and where it's become, and really just people making friends with people that have the same things in common.
Yeah. Cool. I will circle back to that first question because I did my opening question is remix of a question I took from another movie, which fits you. When did you fall in love with hip hop?
Hip hop for me. So I was born in Oxford, England.
Okay.
My dad was in the U.S. military. I remember we left England. I was about 7. And we lived all over Europe, Germany, Turkey, and we lived in Miami. And this was around about when the movie Footloose came out. So I remember because I went to see it twice. I was into dance, b-boying and stuff. So when you're into like dance, anything dance you like. It doesn't matter. It could be breaking 2, it could be, Beat Street, it could be Footloose, it could be Flashdance. Any of those movies that came out in that era, you watched them. And I remember having the cardboard. I remember my dad having the boombox. I wasn't allowed to take it out. I wasn't allowed to touch it. But he had all these records, And I remember one day I found this Sugar Hill Gang. And I just thought this shit was so cool, man. And then I discovered, it was literally, I think the Fat Boys, Run DMC, they were the first 2 that really caught my eye, and then Cool J. I always say pre-licking lips Cool J. You know what I mean? Pre-sexy Cool J.
Before you really turned into a ladies' man.
A hardcore hip hop radio, LL Cool J. So all of that came along, and man, I remember I had my hair curled. I had a little curl in there. I had pants with the zips everywhere. I thought I was the shit, man. And I remember my dad had a neighbor, and I'm sure we all had this neighbor growing up. And remember the VHS tapes would come in these like big cases, like and he had the tape in there. He had a room full of them, And I remember just walking in this room, and then he gave me a VHS tape at Breaking 2, and Beat Street, and a live performance from the Fat Boys on the same tape.
Wow.
I was like,
wow.
Give me. And he was like, all right, I'm going to let you, and my stepdad at the time, I never told my stepdad that I loved him. And he was like, you go tell your dad you love him, and I'll let you borrow this tape. And I was like, and walked up, and I was like, I love you. And then he gave me the tape, man. I wore that tape out. And I think from then, I was just hooked, man. I was just hooked on hip-hop. And in my whole life, everything was hip-hop. Everything I did was hip-hop. Everything I did had influences of hip-hop. So then my love of Star Wars started to come along. My mother worked in a movie theater, and I remember she couldn't get babysitters, so I'd sit in the back of the movie theater and watch movies over and over and over and over again. Star Wars came along, Superman, Christopher Reeve. They were my loves. And then over time, man, I blended them all together. I just blended them, and I always tell people it's funny because I feel the Hip Hop Trooper is more hip hop than Star Wars. But it's weird because I have such a huge fan base in the hip hop community. And everyone in the hip hop community knows who I am. Pretty much every DJ, the majority of the rappers, today's rappers, yesterday's rappers, they all know of me. And that just, I was actually having a conversation with my wife about it. And it's just crazy how I grew up and all these people influenced me, and now in some way I'm influencing them. Pictures. And it's crazy, I meet people in person and they just go, yo, I'm, finally happy to meet you, my son loves you, and he has a picture of you on his phone, you know, and these are MCs, rappers, DJs that are huge. And it's funny because, you know, the Star Wars community is cool as well, but it's the hip hop that really took me to the next level, and it was true because I was just being me. Nothing was forced, you know. I get people email me all the time, like my DMs are just ridiculous, and there are people that want to do what I do, and they're like, do a Nike Trooper or do this, and I'm like, well, you don't understand, I'm not really representing the brand.
Right.
Recently I did a little deal with Champion, so I made the Champion suit, but other than that, the OG hip hop trip has never been about Adidas, never. You know, that was through Run DMC. That was just bringing it all together, you know. Because originally I was going to be Puma because of Beat Street, but not because it was never about the brand.
Gotcha.
And people always ask me questions, and they go, "Yo, I want to do what you do. You know, what kind of music do you play?" And straight away I'm like, "Do you do it for you?" You know what I mean? Don't. I mean, if you can't figure it out, you can't figure it out. But Superman flies. That's why he wears a cape. I have a boombox. I play music. Figure it out. You know what I mean?
Do what fits you, right?
Yeah, do what fits, because I bet people copy me in a negative way, and I don't get mad because I know in 2 years from now they won't be good. It's just a fake. They just say, "This is a cool costume. I want to copy, replicate this, and I'm going to do some ignorant shit and grab some guns and get some girls twerking and be like, look at me, I'm the hip hop truth." And I look at these things like they're cool. In 2 years from now, they're dressing up as One Punch Man, or they're doing like a Wolverine now, because it's never about the love for them. It's about just something cool to do, you know.
Just hopping on something. Yeah.
And man, so, but there is a bunch of people who I've influenced all over the world, and they're still going strong. And occasionally, I'm lucky to bump into some of these people. And you know, I've got guys that, you know, I'm sure you've seen before. I have a crew that joins me.
Yeah.
So I have those guys all over the world, and we all keep in touch. And I do a show, they show up, and it's crazy, man. When we walk through that con, man, it's a whole stuff, you know. And it's, you know, you remember early days of Dragon Con, there was no music. If you was going to a party, there was music, but they had no speakers blasting. They had now everyone and their mama has a sound system now. Something. But I remember just having my first boombox. Wasn't the loudest, but I remember being outside with like 500 people just dancing till like 5 in the morning. That's crazy, man. People passing around bottles of Jack Daniels. Like, yeah. You can't do that now. You can't do that now. But that shit was crazy.
Yeah, man.